Live from Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan, welcome to the final game of the 2016 United Shore Professional Baseball League season. It is the championship game this afternoon on an absolutely gorgeous afternoon for baseball. It is the Utica Unicorns who finished in third place in the regular season, but won the opportunity to get into this championship today with a win yesterday, 4-2, over the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, and they're taking on the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers, the 1 seed during the regular season, who won the right to bypass that first round game and play in the championship game here today. Alongside Kevin Klein, I'm Brad Golder, and this has been such a successful first season of baseball here at Jimmy John's Field, and you could not ask for better conditions as fans are treated to great weather here for a championship Sunday environment in the United Shore Professional Baseball League.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great season for sure. It's been a lot of nail-biting victories as well. You look at the game last night, and it was a 4-3 game. The East Side was in it till the end. A big performance from Ortel and Power, but not able to get over that Utica hump. And Utica really, their record is under 500, and they finished third in the standings, but they've been playing a lot better since about the middle of August.
And they played well yesterday for sure, picking up the 4-2 victory over the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Big game for Brandon Raw, their center fielder, with 3 hits. Kyle Hamner, who's been more of a defensive specialist catcher, he got a hold of one for a big home run. Michael Logsdon with 2 hits, and they got great pitching as well. And when Utica gets good pitching, they can be very effective. They got 6 solid innings for Jacob Azell, and they've had a very good bullpen down the stretch. Seth Brenner, who had been starting, went to the bullpen. He gave him a solid scoreless 7th inning. Then Andrew Potter, scoreless 8th inning. Mitch Aker gave up a run, but still got the save in the 9th inning and preserving the 4-2 victory. And you know, despite the fact that Utica did finish under 500 for the year at 22 and 27, if they can get that kind of pitching in this ball game, plus they basically have everyone but yesterday's starter Jacob Azell. They didn't really have to burn the bullpen. Those guys, the 3 that pitched out of the bullpen, only went 1 inning each. You know, it's not as if they're at a big disadvantage coming into this championship game from a pitching standpoint.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you look who's on the mound today. It's Donnie Murray, who threw a no-hitter on July 10th against these Beavers. He's been dominant. His last 3 starts, he has struck out 14, walked 8, so he's looking for a little better control today, but he leads the league in strikeouts with 82, so he has some really dominant stuff, and it's all it starts with that fastball, and then he can go to that really good power slider.
This is the biggest game of the year for these two teams, obviously, in the championship game. If Donnie Murray wins this game for Utica, he will have been the winning pitcher in the 2 biggest games in the USPBL. The other was his no-hitter that he threw, and a chance to be the winning pitcher here in this game. And what's interesting is those would be his only 2 wins of the year. Despite as well as he has pitched on the year, Donnie Murray only has the 1 win on the year, 1-5. He has a save. His ERA is 2.83, so you would think he would be a little bit better as far as wins and losses. It hasn't worked for him, but a chance to pick up a win here and secure a championship for the Utica Unicorns.
Yeah, and that 1-5 record really doesn't bother me. Some of his losses have just been tough because he has not gotten the run support. You look on one of the outings a few times back, 6 innings, no earned runs, but took the loss because he gave up a few unearned runs in that contest. So the 2.83 ERA is what I focus on. He's been really good this year.
Utica Unicorns lining up right now. It is a championship game, and so the championship game starting lineups, including an entire roster being announced right now for the Utica Unicorns. Of course, it is September 11th as well, and a great ceremony here before the game as the United Shore Professional Baseball League honored the first responders who lost their lives on September 11th, predominantly in New York City, but obviously in Washington, D.C. as well. And it was a stair walk, basically, here at the ballpark with a group of firefighters from Utica leading the charge, and fans encouraged to walk up and down the aisles in honor of those fallen heroes that they were walking up when others were walking down. And that was 15 years ago today. September 11th is a day that has changed everything in America, and the United Shore Professional Baseball League honoring the anniversary of 9/11 here today. So that was certainly a great event prior to this ballgame. We got a great crowd on hand. I mean, big crowd here for a Sunday. The weather could not be any better, and this is going to be a great environment here for a championship game in the United Shore Professional Baseball League. This is going to be the first playoff game for the Beavers since they had the play-in, because they are the number 1 seed. They bypassed the playoff game and didn't play yesterday. But Thursday was a playoff atmosphere for the Beavers, because if they hadn't beaten Utica on that Thursday game, they would have had to play in the play-in game, and Eastside would have been the number 1 seed. So they had a lot to play for on Thursday. So even though it was not a playoff game, that last regular season game meant a lot to Birmingham Bloomfield, and they played great in the ball game, dominated Utica on Thursday, and that was the last time these two teams met each other.
Yeah, it was definitely an important game because they have not played since that contest, and you look at the starter on the hill for the Beavers. Randy Wynn has been probably the best pitcher down the stretch for Birmingham Bloomfield. So good news for the Beavers fans for Wynn to be on the mound, and they have been tested in the recent past. They had a huge lead in the standings about a month ago, and that really slipped away. So down the stretch, there were a lot of important games. It wasn't just a cakewalk for this Beavers club.
The Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers players being announced right now on the field. The non-starters, coaches being introduced and walking out of the field right now. They are in the home white uniforms for this game as the top seed. They are the home team, so they'll wear their white pinstripe uniforms with the navy caps and the red bills, and the Utica Unicorns in the road grays with purple letters, purple cap bills, and red caps for the Utica Unicorns. We have the Utica Ford High School Marching Band out on the field. The band is on the field, and they have unfurled a large American flag. And now making their way out onto the field as well is the American Legion Post 326. This is an American Legion post out of Sterling Heights, and they are presenting, as we speak right now, the flag and the colors prior to this ball game. Starting lineups being announced right now on the field right now for the Beavers after the Utica starting lineups were announced. Kevin will give you those after our national anthem from here at Jimmy John's Field. 70 degrees as we get set to begin things here from Utica, Michigan. Perfect conditions, sunny skies, just a few rogue clouds, no more, and a light wind north-northwest at about 6 miles per hour. McKenna Bull will have our national anthem here momentarily as we get set. You ready? I mean, we've been playing 74 games to this point. Skate number 75 is for all the marbles. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. We're beginning and ending the USPBL inaugural season with the same matchup.
It's a championship game, and I thought it was appropriate in the starting lineups today that Greg Grawl wrote out for Utica. He didn't write championship game. He wrote ring game. He wants a ring, and his players want rings, and that's how they are viewing today's contest. Let's send it down to the field, McKenna Brawl, with our national anthem.
All active duty, not in uniform, and military veterans may leave their hats on and render the hand salute as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, today being performed by McKenna Brawl. Today's colors are being presented by the American Legion Post 326 from Sterling Heights. Our flag in the outfield is being held by the marching band from Utica Henry Ford High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
Terrific job. Let's give her a hand, folks.
A terrific job on our national anthem, McKenna Broll, and American Legion Post 326 out of Sterling Heights. Henry Ford Marching Band on the field with the large American flag. It is Championship Sunday in the United Shore Professional Baseball League. The 3-seed Utica Unicorns getting set to take on the 1-seed Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. Utica, the visiting team today. Their manager, Greg Grawl, Utica at 22-27. And here's a look at the Unicorns starting lineup.
Ian Yetzko, the shortstop, will be atop of that lineup. Brandon Raw bats second in center field. Chris Cruz in the 3-hole in right field. Austin Crutcher, the cleanup man today, he's in left. Nick Vicker, the first baseman, bats fifth. Kyle Hamner, the backstop, follows him. Mike Logsden is DHing today with Jay Karp batting eighth at the hot corner. And Matt Page, the second baseman, will round out the lineup.
Thank you.
Moment of silence for the 15th anniversary of the September 11th, 2001 attacks on America.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mark
The
Madden,
Beavers have taken the field, and here's a look at the defensive alignment for Birmingham Bloomfield. Phyllis will patrol left field, Pepe in center, Williams in right field. Kennan at third, Martinez at shortstop, G the second baseman, Wilson at first, and Ray Ortega does the catching for right-hander Randy Wynn, a control specialist during the regular season. Wynn won 5 games, lost 4, had a final ERA of 3.08 during the regular season, and the number you got to love if you're on the Beavers side, 8 walks in 61 and 2 in a third innings. He did give up 75 hits for a 291 opponent's batting average, striking out 55, but Kevin, Wynn always right around the strike zone. Very few walks on the season. He hit 3 batters, so he only put 11 guys on without the benefit of a hit, and pretty impressive numbers in the control category.
Yeah, he loves to get ahead of hitters, that's for sure. Throws a first pitch strike about 80% of the time. The key for him is going to be not to repeat that first pitch constantly to these Unicorns. He's going to have to mix it up. First pitch fastball, and then come back with some breaking pitches as well, so he does not become predictable.
Well, here we go. The winner is the champion of the United Shore Professional Baseball League, and a champion should be crowned within about 2.5 or 3 hours from here at Jimmy John's Field. We are still awaiting the departure of a very large contingent of band members from Utica Henry Ford, and now the left center field gate being closed. But it's being closed by the left fielder Phyllis, so we got to wait for him to get to his position defensively as well before Ian Yetzko leads it off. 263 hitter, 3 homers, 17 RBIs, 5 doubles, and watch out, Wynn throws strikes, and Yetzko loves to jump at the first pitch. He does, fouls it back, and we are underway from here at Jimmy John's Field. Time at first pitch, 2:03 Eastern Time. 70 degrees at game time, hardly a cloud in the sky. Yetzko lines it hard to right, and it's off the glove of Williams, who came charging in, tried to go back and adjust, couldn't. Williams gets it back in, Yetzko into second, and that's how this ball game begins.
Wow, that was an interesting play for sure. Williams looked to misread that ball, misjudge it. He's athletic enough to even jump up in the air and get a glove on it, but not the way you want to start if you are the Beavers.
E9, the scoring, a 2-base error on Miles Williams. And here's Brandon Raw. Raw, big game yesterday in a must-win first-round playoff game for Utica. 3 hits and 4 at-bats. He's up to 279. Takes that one off the plate away, pops out of the mid of Ray Ortega.
And that might be some pregame jitters out of Miles Williams. You saw the catcher, Ray Ortega, drop Randy Wynn's first offering to Raw. So maybe some pregame jitters, some extra adrenaline pumping for the Beavers in this championship game.
Raw cuts and misses at an up and away fastball. Raw finished the season with 7 home runs, 18 driven in. Got on base about 40% of the time. 394 on base percentage for the center fielder for the Unicorns. Wynn fires a 1-1 offering. Overhand curveball, high and away, 2-1. Jim Mulhanick calling balls and strikes for the championship game. Stuart Hall umpires the right side. He's right now situated between first and second. And the third base umpire, Scott Wolendowski. 2-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner. It's 2-2. Shane McCaddy coaches third base for the Utica Unicorns. Raw, a modest lead off of second base. Pitch home to Raw. Fights it off foul, and we'll do it all over again at 2-2.
This is a spot where the Unicorns really need to take advantage of the Beavers' miscue, because Randy Wynn has been throwing lights out as of late. 2-1 in his last 3 starts. Only has allowed 3 earned runs in his last 20 innings of work. So runs have been few and far between off of Wynn.
Count goes full, 3-2. The meat of the order coming up after Raw with the potent bats of Cruz and Crutcher. Nobody out, a payoff pitch home to Raw. Comebacker. Wynn looks the runner back. Yetzko fires to first, and Raw is retired.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 4, Chris Cruz.
One down, Yetzko remains at second base, and that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Chris Cruz. Hitting .287, 9 homers, 40 RBIs. Has really good pull power. He has struggled to go to the opposite field this year, and especially east side plays him exaggeratedly to pull. With a runner at second base, the Beavers do not play much of a shift against Cruz. And the pitch is outside. We've seen as this season has gone on against Cruz, the Beavers are much less dramatic with their shifting than the Diamond Hoppers, who were eliminated yesterday. The 1-0 pitch to Cruz, that one just off the outside edge. 2 balls, no strikes.
And Cruz, you mentioned the 9 home runs, 40 RBIs, really picked it up the second half of the season. There was a time where he was batting in the 9 spot and just caught fire, had a bunch of home runs in a 3 or 4 game span.
Ball gets way up there in the air to right field. Williams waits on it, makes the catch. Yetzko's going to try the arm. Here comes the throw by Williams. Not in time. Hits Yetzko. Backed up. Wynn was in the right spot. Backed it up. And Yetzko aggressively goes from second to third on the fly ball to right.
And a really good play from Randy Wynn. Sometimes when there's a fly ball to the right side, pitchers and the other fielders really don't pay attention to backing up throws, but that saved a run there. So an excellent heads-up play from Wynn.
So now 2 away. It'll bring up Austin Crutcher. Crutcher at 301. 3 homers and 15 driven in. And a first pitch breaking ball a little bit high. Crutcher with 9 doubles, 3 triples. An OPS, on base plus slugging, of more than 1,000. Chops this one foul. Down the third base line, it's 1-1.
And I think in left field there's been a late defensive change. I think that's Kevin Worth out in left field instead of Eric Phillis.
It's fouled back by Crutcher. Kind of lost a grip on it. We've seen that before. He has lost several bats this season where they have come out of his grip. And I think you're right with Worth out there, and you wonder, is Phillis the DH, or do they have a new DH from the lineup we were given? The 1-2 breaking ball.
Wow,
didn't miss
close
by much. Crutcher had kind of stuck his elbow out there as if he was trying to get hit by it, and it nearly caught the inside corner. Wynn quickly works on the 2-2. Breaking ball stays high.
Well, he's missing, but not missing by much, that's for sure. Good eye from Crutcher.
Three and two away. The kick, the pitch home. Line to the right side and foul. And we'll do it all over again at 3-2. Three and two away. Top of the first inning. We are just underway. Yetsko is at third. 2 outs. The 3-2 to Crutcher, and he swings and misses for strike 3. Crutcher down on strikes. No runs, no hits. An error. It's not costly. 1 man left on base. Through a half an inning of play, Utica nothing. And Birmingham Bloomfield coming to bat. Here's the starting lineup for today's contest for the Beavers.
Dave Pepe in center field, leading off. Dan Kennan follows him at third base. Nick Wilson, the big fella, batting third at first base. Miles Williams plays right field and bats cleanup. Kevin Worth, the new left fielder, he bats fifth. DJ G follows him at second base. Eric Phillips, not sure if he's still in the lineup. We would assume he's the DH, but he bats seventh. DJ Martinez at short, and Ray Ortega is the catcher and rounds out the lineup.
So that is the starting lineup we think for today's game. The lineup we were given before the game obviously has at least one change. The defensive alignment for Utica in the ball game, it's Crutcher in left, Raw in center, Cruz in right field. Left to right on the infield, Karp is at third, Yetsko at short, Page at second, McVicker is at first, and Hamner does the catching. The Unicorns starting Karp at third base for yesterday's game and today's game. We are being told, without the services of Connor Nairn, who has been away from the team for personal reasons. And it's Mr. No-Hit, Donnie Murray, getting the start today for Utica. His lone win was the complete game no-hit shutout that he threw earlier in the season to go along with 5 losses and a save. But his ERA, 2.83. This is his 17th appearance and his 12th start. He has only allowed 60 hits in 73 innings to go along with 24 walks and 82 strikeouts. So well more than a strikeout per inning and a lot fewer than a hit per inning. Opponents hitting just 218 against Donnie Murray on the season. Donnie Murray from Walpole, Massachusetts, went to Holy Cross University and formerly played in the Frontier League, so he has past professional experience with the Gateway Grizzlies. I believe we're out of St. Louis in the Frontier League. Hamner's throw goes down to second base, and here comes Dave Pepe to lead it off for Chris Newell's squad.
Bloomfield Beavers leading off the center fielder number 17, Dave Pepe.
Pepe, 273 with a homer and 10 RBIs. Chris Newell, the manager, also coaches third base for the Beavers. We've seen that the last few games. Pepe, the left-handed batter, will lead it off. Thursday, he had 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 RBIs, and played about half the game. That was a Thursday win for the Beavers against Utica, and a game that had playoff implications for the Beavers. They played it as if it was round 1 of the playoffs, because a win there secured them that top spot, so they wouldn't have to play on Saturday, and they won going away. 1-0 pitch to Pepe, and he swings and flies it into right center field. Long run over for Ron Cruz, but it's Cruz getting there and making the grab.
Now batting the third baseman, number 10, Dan Kennan.
Ball hung up there long enough for Cruz to make the catch in the gap, and it'll bring up the third baseman, Dan Kennan. I'd say this guy kind of quietly put together a really good year. 291 with a 386 on base percentage. Couple of homers, 21 driven in, 5 doubles. He's played a very good defensive third base all year. 1 out, base is empty, and Kennan takes inside and low.
And was in there almost every game, 47 games played, which leads the team tied with DJ Martinez. But a really good third base, a good defensive player as well. Kennan, a good guy to have on your roster.
Inside and tight. He started the year, first game, he was a second baseman, but has been at third base for a vast majority of games. Count is 2-0. He can sit on this one here from Donnie Murray. Rips it over the head of his manager and third base coach Chris Newell, who's for some unknown reason tried to catch that ball barehanded. That ball was smoked off Kinnon's bat.
I think if he made contact with that ball, he might have had second thoughts about throwing his hand up there.
That ball was just scorched. So now it's 2-1, and it's inside and low. Another hitter's count for Kinnon, 3-1. Bottom of the first inning, scoreless in the USPBL championship tilt. The ring game. The 3-1 to Kinnon. Flies it towards the second baseman, Page. Couple steps onto the outfield grass. Makes the grab, 2 away.
Now batting to first base.
2 flyouts recorded by Donnie Murray. And here comes Nick Wilson, who earlier this week was named along with Austin Crutcher as the co-MVPs. And I like that decision. It was pretty clear by about the midpoint of the year that there were 2 dudes who were head and shoulders above the others. And that's not a knock on the other guys. But Wilson and Crutcher battled it, and both had reasons that they were valuable in this league, as that one's a strike. Wilson with the lead, as the leader in on-base and slugging in this league. But Crutcher does a few more things with the speed and the outfield defense. Here comes the 0-1. That one is low.
And I like it because you take away Austin Crutcher from the Unicorns, and what does their lineup look like outside of Raw, Yetzko, and Cruz?
And I think co-MVPs was the right way to go. We came down to what we talked about this year. First the 1-1 to Wilson. That one's fouled off. It was like the Trout-Cabrera debate a few years ago where, you know what, both guys are valuable. And you can be in the Trout camp or you could be in the Cabrera camp, and you're really not wrong either way. And I think it's the same with these 2 guys. The 1-2 offering to Wilson, and he takes it low. But you look at the numbers, and they pop off the page. .340 batting average, first in the league. 17 homers. He finished ahead of Crutcher by 2 long balls. 41 RBIs. On-base percentage, .490. Slugging, .729. For a 12-19 OPS when you add those 2 together. 2-2, breaking ball, and he's caught looking for strike 3. Both co-MVPs strike out in the first inning. We go to the second, scoreless at Jimmy John's Field. Great showing by the world-famous Superstars, the traveling mascot troupe that has been here over the weekend in Utica. I've seen these guys for a little while now. They've been traveling around the country doing minor league ball for a lot of years, and these guys are pretty spectacular. They do a great job entertaining fans here at Jimmy John's Field. First pitch is a little bit low to Tyler McVicker, 1 ball and no strikes. If they do the bit where they swallow the bat boy, it's appointment viewing. It's outside to McVicker, 2-0. Well, I haven't seen my favorite Superstar here yet. I don't know if he's going to make it, but one of their characters is Harry Canary. Swing and a miss.
That was the first time I've seen them, and and I was laughing in the booth out loud. It was classic.
I bet they've been doing that for 25 years, going around to minor league parks across the country, and they're just terrific. I think they're the best of all of those groups. Now that the San Diego Chicken doesn't travel anymore, he was the original really good one. 2-2 to McVicker. Breaking ball grounded to the left side. Dan Kennan has it. Little double clutch, sidearm throw to first, scooped up by Wilson. 1 down.
Now batting the catcher, number 15, Kyle Hamner.
The guy was it Max, who was the one who was in Bull Durham, in those opening scenes in Bull Durham. He was kind of one of those original guys too that traveled around the country in I believe even 70s and 80s doing minor league games. And now you have, there's a called strike. You got the Superstars, and you have Myron Noodleman, the Purple Party Do, Reggie. One's low to Hamner, 1-1. One to Hamner, line center field. It'll get in front of Pepe for a 1-out single for the catcher, Hamner. Yeah, we had, were you here the game where they did quick change?
Yes, that was another fun day.
That's a group that's really starting to catch on that I'm seeing more and more at minor league games. That, it's basically kind of a magic act where they quickly change clothes. And by describing it as that, it doesn't seem all that impressive.
Oh, it's impressive.
We can all quickly change clothes, but we can't do it as quickly as they can. McVicker takes a little bit outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Logsdon. Logsdon the DH today, 215, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. Had a couple of hits in yesterday's 4-2 Utica victory. Here comes the 1-0. Ground ball to shortstop. Martinez steps in the bag himself, and in plenty of time to double off Michael Logsdon with a 6-3 double play. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning from Jimmy John's Field. No score.
Are we enjoying the day? Beavers, the right fielder, number 18, Miles Williams.
Scoreless into the bottom of the second inning. Miles Williams will lead it off. Committed an error on the first batter of the ball game. A ball that was hit over his head. He'd kind of come in on it, but it did no damage. Yetzko was stranded at third, and now Miles Williams leads things off and cuts and misses. Williams finished the season at .286 with 8 homers, league best 12 doubles, and 33 driven in. Had a very productive season for the Beavers. That one is low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. 3 hits on Thursday for Williams. Everybody in the Beavers lineup was slugging it well. Here comes the 1-1 from Donnie Murray. Good breaking ball had Williams out in front. And the count goes to 1-2.
Williams a very good player, but that swing and miss there is one of his downfalls. He strikes out a decent amount, 52 times, which led the team this year. But if he gets a hold of one, he has a lot of power to the gaps.
Takes it for ball 2. This guy with pro experience, he played in the Marlins organization. After being drafted out of college, out of high school, he was drafted by the Dodgers, but opted instead to play college ball. 2-2, swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. And Donnie Murray has struck out 2 and has retired all 4 he has faced.
Kevin Worth.
I'll bring up Kevin Worth, who was initially in the starting lineup today as the DH, but he instead is wearing the glove on the left hand defensively in left field today. .233 hitter, 6 homers. He's shown some good power with those 6 homers, 16 doubles, or 16 RBIs rather. 3 doubles for Worth. And he cuts and misses. Donnie Murray right now has some good downward break on that curveball.
He's really turned to that to start hitters off, not really using that fastball to get ahead of hitters. He's instead opting for that curveball. Like you mentioned, it's pretty nasty today.
There it is again. Awkward swing by Worth. It's 0-2. Worth homered on Thursday against Utica. Ended up driving in 3 for the contest.
4 for his last 9.
0-2 from Donnie Murray. Slider away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We are at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan. Championship game of the United Shore Professional Baseball League. Fastball, got him looking, called strike 3. And that's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Donnie Murray.
These hitters for the Beavers are really just off balance because Murray's pitching backwards. He's throwing a lot of breaking balls early in the count and then finishing off the batters with the fastball like we saw to Kevin Worth there, 2 outs.
DJG hitting .254. 4 homers, 11 driven in, and 6 doubles. First pitch to the right-handed hitting G off the handle into shallow center field. Raw can't make the catch. G holds at first base with a bloop single. First hit and first base runner for the Beavers.
16, Eric Phillips.
And that'll bring up Eric Phillips, who is the DH today. That's confirmed by him batting here. So our initial starting lineup, you just flip positions for Worth into left field and Phillips to the DH. 205 hitter, no homers, 13 RBIs, and really coming on strong late in this season. And we talked about it on Thursday with James. With his performance on Thursday, he earned that spot into the starting lineup today. Had 2 hits, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Takes high and away.
Well, and it's another left-handed bat in that lineup. You think that last spot is between Phillips and Fernelli Sanchez in the starting lineup, but Sanchez has struggled a little bit as of late. It looks like Phillips is the hotter hitter. And all that hard work finally paying off for the lefty.
The 1-0 to Phyllis, and he fouls that one back, running the count to 1-1. DJ Martinez is on deck. There are 2 outs in the inning.
The other thing with keeping Sanchez on the bench and putting Phyllis in the starting lineup is Sanchez can really run. He has four stolen bases this year, so that's another weapon Chris Newell can use later in the game if need be. Phyllis doesn't offer a lot of speed.
That one's fouled back, 1-2 now the count. But yeah, late in the game, somebody representing the tying or winning run. I mean, it could be a guy like Nick Wilson who gets on base, even though you'd lose that bat in the lineup. But you could use a guy like Sanchez to pinch run for him, or you could pinch run for Phyllis or Ortega. That one is high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There weren't as many strategic opportunities during the regular season, but now managers are going to employ every strategic measure they can here for this winner-take-all championship game. 2-2, and Phyllis cuts and misses on a breaking ball. I think that was the slider coming in on him. And that's 4 strikeouts in 2 innings for Donnie Murray. We played 2 complete. Still no score between the Unicorns and the Beavers. A new superstar. I don't think I've ever seen this superstar, Tommy LaSwordfish. And Tommy became the first mascot this year to win the kid race. But
did he not get the memo then?
He was punished because Hannah shoved him in the belly. And we know Tommy LaSwordfish has a pretty hefty belly. Shoved him in the belly down to the ground and gave him a little kick at the end. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the right side. DJ Martinez stumbles, has no play. And Jay Karp reaches on an infield single to the right side on the first pitch of the 3rd inning. Karp getting the start today at third base. That's just his 9th hit of the year. And he's on at first to lead off the top half of the 3rd.
G was shading up the middle and really had a long way to run to get to that ball. And by the time he fielded it, there was no chance he was going to get Karp.
So now it's Page. Quick throw over. Made it kind of a close play, but Karp was back safely. Karp has not attempted a stolen base. How about this? Bottom 5 in the Utica lineup. All 5 players have not attempted a stolen base this year. Line drive right side foul. It's 0-1.
the running attack really has been led by the 3 and 4 hitters, Crutcher and Cruz. 19 stolen bases for Crutcher, 8 for Cruz.
Throw Raw in there with 5.
Right.
There's a good breaking ball from Wynn.
And that's where the power of the lineup comes from as well. So anything that comes from the bottom 4 or 5 in the lineup is really an added bonus for Greg Grawl because it sets the table for the top 4 hitters, and they're really good.
Another close play with Karp going back standing. It's 0-2 to Matt Page, hitting .246, a homer, 4 RBIs, 4 doubles on the year for Page. Breaking ball low, blocked by Ortega. Count goes to 1-2.
It'd be interesting to see if Grawl puts the wheels in motion for his lineup, because one other thing that he wrote on the lineup card today is Randy Wynn takes about 1.4 to 1.7 seconds to get to the plate, so that's a little elongated.
Slider misses high, 2-2.
Not sure if they'll want to test Wynn and the arm of Ortega, but something to keep in the playbook.
Seems like Ortega has a pretty good throwing arm. There's a line drive right side off the netting foul. Count is 2-2 to Matt Page. Top of the third, scoreless, but Utica gets the leadoff man on here in this third inning. Randy Wynn fires. Line drive, shot into left field. Base hit for Page. And the 8 and 9 hitters set the table, back-to-back singles with nobody out.
That's huge. That is a huge hit. I know we're only in the third inning, but with nobody out, Yetzko for sure gets an at-bat, and barring a triple play, Raw gets one too. So this inning could be something special for the Unicorns. And another thing is, because this is a winner-take-all game, how long is the leash going to be for both of these pitchers? If Wynn has allowed the first 2 to reach, if he allows one more base runner, you think maybe the bullpen starts churning.
Yetzko fouls that one off. Yeah, I think especially the Beavers, considering that everybody is available. They didn't play yesterday. You know, Utica should have everybody available except for their starter Ezel from yesterday. But the 3 guys that pitched all went an inning. There's a breaking ball inside. So you figure those guys can probably only go an inning today. That's Potter, Aker, and the lefty Brenner. So the Beavers do have a little bit of a leg up on pitching depth. 1-1, Yetzko couldn't hold off. It's 1-2.
Couple really good arms for the Beavers available. Schneider, Nelson, Welch. Nelson started a few games, so he can give you 2 or 3 quality innings. So plenty of depth.
Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball, foul tipped into the mitten, caught by Ortega. And a big strikeout there for out number 1 for Randy Wynn.
The center fielder, number 11, Brandon Raw.
Wynn up to 2 strikeouts. 1 out in the third, and here's Brandon Raw, who was retired on a comebacker in the first inning. Time called is
there a gate open down there?
Something has gotten free in the bullpen area. Maybe a gate open or a ball down the line.
3-man umpire crew today. Usually only 2 at Jimmy John's Field, but 3 yesterday as well, I believe, and 3 on opening day. An extra set of eyes out on the field.
Brandon Raw takes high, 1 ball, no strikes. I think the umpiring's been very good this season. I know there have been some ejections here and there and a couple incidents, but I think overall the quality of umpiring has been very solid. The 1-0 delivery to Raw, fly ball center field. Dave Pepe over towards right center, makes the catch. Tagging at second is Karp, but he will hold. And there are 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting the right fielder, number 4, Chris Cruz.
2 outs. Here comes Chris Cruz, who flew out to right in the first inning.
Wynn is 2/3 of the way of getting out of this jam, but Cruz is a pretty big mountain to get past. And if he were to reach, Crutcher's in the on-deck circle, so tough part of the lineup for Wynn. But he's already retired Yetzko and Raw to get 2 steps closer to retiring the side in the third.
Cruz with an open stance, left-handed batter's box. Fouls this one back towards the upper suites. It's 0-1. It all started on Memorial Day. Inaugural game on that Monday. And the season concluding today with the championship. Still scoreless in the third, and Cruz hits this ball up in the air on the infield. DJG takes charge and makes the catch. Almost looked like the force of the ball coming down knocked him down, but he's able to make the catch for out number 3. Couple hits to begin the inning, but the 1, 2, and 3 hitters retired in order. We'll go to the bottom half of the third inning. Still no score.
And I'm here with Dr.
Bottom of the third inning, DJ Martinez to begin things for the Beavers, followed by Ray Ortega, then the top of the order, and Dave Pepe. Still scoreless in the USPBL championship tilt, and DJ Martinez takes low and away. Good year for DJ. 285, 3 homers, 23 driven in, to go along with pretty spectacular defensive play day in and day out at shortstop. Low and in, 2 balls, no strikes. I think in a league that had some very good defensive play on the infield, I think he stood out head and shoulders above anyone else with the glove.
I think Ricky Castro would be in that conversation. I think Dan Kennan's in the conversation too. So you look at Kennan and Martinez consistently on the left side of the infield for the Beavers.
I'd put Alex Delgado in the discussion at third base.
Absolutely.
He went at least half the season before he made his first error. 2-1 to Martinez, ground ball to shortstop. Backhanded by Yetzko, plants and throws, and a nice play by Ian Yetzko, his counterpart. We were talking about DJ Martinez glove skills.
I'll even put Yetzko in that conversation as well, because not a shortstop by trade, but some of the movement and plays he's made really just, it looks like he's been playing shortstop for 20 years.
Yeah, considering how much or how little he played shortstop in college. He played second, third, and catcher in college. And I don't know if he played an inning at short in his time at Oakland, but especially late in his career, played almost all second, third, and catcher. As Ray Ortega takes a called strike, 0-1. Ortega has impressed defensively behind the plate, as has Hamner to me at that position, as Cruz chases after that fly ball foul. Hamner was relatively late to the league. Start talking about catchers. To me, Hamner was my favorite in watching him defensively. Although I think you could make an argument for Ortega. I liked Hamner's ability to frame pitches and get calls behind the plate. Oh-2, and Ortega cuts and misses. 5 strikeouts now for Donnie Murray.
Now batting the center fielder, number 17, Dave Pepe.
Bring up Dave Pepe. Pepe 0 for 1, a fly ball to right.
Well, one time through the lineup so far, and Murray really has not had too much trouble outside of the G base hit. 32 pitches needed to get through the lineup once and record 8 outs.
And it was not a particularly solid hit.
Right, it was a pop-up to the shallow center that Yetzko and Raw couldn't converge on.
Pepe behind in the count, 0-1. Donnie Murray back with this offering. And misses high to Pepe.
But with Murray and Wynn both on the mound, this is the type of game we should have come to expect.
Here's the wind and the 1-1. That's a cut and a miss. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Scoreless, bottom half of the 3rd inning. Championship Sunday in the United Shore Professional Baseball League. 1-2 is low, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The thing I really like about what Donnie Murray has been doing so far is he's utilizing that outer third of the plate. So even if the Beavers make contact, the ball doesn't travel into the gaps. It's very soft contact, ground balls to the pull side of the field that are weakly hit.
Popped up, left side, a lot of foul territory over there, but not enough for Karp, who gives it chase. Count stays 2-2 to Dave Pepe. Another big crowd on hand here for this Sunday. Murray fires away on the 2-2. Little dribbler, first base side, and it rolls foul. Three hits for the Unicorns, just 1 for the Beavers. Beavers have also committed an error that was not costly.
Not a lot of contact for the Beavers. 5 strikeouts out of the first 9 batters for Donnie Murray.
The count is 2-2 again. And a comebacker up the middle. Yetzko dives, makes the play, but can't throw out Pepe. Pretty spectacular rolling, sliding catch by Ian Yetzko, but Dave Pepe able to leg it out.
And that's the defense we were just talking about for Yetzko, unable to make the play, but still, I mean, look at the ground he was able to cover from his shortstop position. That ball was almost on the right side of second base, and he still was able to get leather on it.
Now it's Dan Kennan who bats with 2 outs and a runner at first. Pepe leads off the bag, and the pitch home is high to Kennan. Pepe has not been particularly successful stealing bases. 2 steals, he's been caught 4 times. One ball, no strikes to Kennan. Who rips that ball to right field, but Cruz drifts over, makes the grab for out number 3. No runs, 2 hits. I'm sorry, 1 hit and 1 man left on base. We're through 3 complete. Still no score in the USPBL championship game.
Please welcome from the Superstars. Give it up for Randy Johnson for the Superstars. Check them out online at superstars.com.
Top half of the 4th inning, scoreless in the United Shore Professional Baseball League Championship contest. 4, 5, and 6 in the order, beginning with Austin Crutcher. There's a first pitch fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Now the kick and the pitch home. Breaking ball hammered deep left field. Worth backtrack wall, and it's 1-0 Utica. Austin Crutcher homers to deep left field. #16th homer, 52nd RBI for the co-MVP, who puts his squad ahead 1-0.
Now batting the first baseman, number 10.
Able to pull his hands in on that inside fastball, and that one is a no-doubter. I think it got into the Chevy Pavilion.
Tyler McVicker swings at the first pitch, fouls it back. You know, every time Austin Crutcher comes to the plate, they play his walk-up song, and it's got the line, "What a year, what a year, what a year." And you look at what he has accomplished, and I mean, it could not be more apropos for Crutcher. What a season for him. And he puts his team ahead here in the 4th, 1-0 on another long ball.
Leads the team in doubles and triples, stolen bases, basically every category. It has just been fantastic.
McVicker strikes out on 3 pitches, and with 1 out, here's Kyle Hamner. Hamner singled with 1 out in the 2nd inning.
The catcher, number 15, Kyle Hamner.
A new superstar continues to entertain as Hamner checks the swing. Didn't go. Ram D. Johnson was performing in between innings.
The names kill me. I laugh every time because they're so clever.
Chopper to the left side. Kennan goes to the glove side, clutches and makes the throw.
Now batting the
And they're 2 away.
Mike Logsdon.
Yeah, they've got some great names, and you can go to superstars.com. You can see the whole list of Ken Giraffe Jr., Clammy Sosa, Harry Canary. And they have them for all sports, too. Mackerel Jordan. There's a late swing and a miss by Logsdon, 0-1. Two outs, the pitch home, and that is a little bit outside, 1-1. Bat held high, Logsdon waits, takes low and away, 2-1. Solo home run by Austin Crutcher to lead off this 4th inning has given the visiting Unicorns a 1-0 lead in the championship. Now the 2-1 to Logsdon, swing and a miss.
Good power fastball in on the hands of Logsdon. Wynn working inside and outside.
Comes back with a 2-2. Ground ball left side and a base hit for Logsdon. 2 outs, single to the left side.
Jay Carp.
And then it'll bring up Jay Carp. Reached on a ground ball single to the right side to lead off the 3rd, but was left stranded.
I think I mentioned it a few innings ago that the bottom of the lineup, when they produce, the Unicorns can be hard to beat. The bottom 4 in Utica's lineup, Hamner, Logsdon, Carp, and Page, all have a base knock.
And another one. Ground ball to the right side. Carp getting the start today at 3rd is 2 for 2. And they're at 1st and 2nd with 2 outs.
Matt Page.
Yeah, Hamner's 1 for 2. Logsdon's 1 for 2. Carp is 2 for 2. And Matt Page steps up here in a big spot. 1 for 1. Chris Newell, skipper for the Beavers, will head out to talk with the pitcher, Randy Wynn. Runners at 1st and 2nd and 2 outs. We talked about it. Both teams can manage this game and use a lot of pitchers because there's no tomorrow. You don't have to save a starter for tomorrow. Or between the two teams, there's really only one pitcher that couldn't pitch. That pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. That's yesterday's starter, Jacob Zell, who threw 6 innings. But everybody else is all hands on deck.
I'm a little surprised that the Beavers bullpen is not active right now.
Outside and low.
You don't want to get to a point where Wynn makes a crucial mistake with runners on base, and this game can get out of hand, especially with Donnie Murray on the other side throwing the way he has through the first 3 frames.
High to Page. It's now 2-1. Page singled to left his last time up. Logsdon the runner at 2nd, Carp at 1st. They lead the 2-1. Lined it foul off the netting behind the plate. It's 2-2. Especially when you start thinking 3rd time through the order is Utica will get a 3rd look at Wynn for all the batters after Page. 2-2. Broken bat ground ball up the middle. It's handled by Martinez, who dives for it, and that prevents a run from now as that ball stayed on the infield for Martinez. The bases are loaded, and 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Now with 3 consecutive singles with 2 outs, and it gives Yetsko an RBI opportunity.
Not very hard hit base hits, but base hits nonetheless, and that's 7 hits for the Unicorns now through 3 2/3 innings, but still no one trotting out to the Beavers bullpen.
Wynn delivers from the wind, and a called strike to Yetsko. Yetsko reached on the error committed by Williams in the first, then struck out in the third. The bases full of Unicorns, the 0-1, slow breaking ball. Called strike 2 to Yetsko.
And I stand corrected. Andrew Nelson looks like he will start throwing for the Beavers.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That was big.
Breaking ball strikes out Yetsko on 3 pitches. Utica breaks the scoreless tie. Solo home run by Austin Crutcher. 4 hits in the inning. They strand 3. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Utica 1, Beavers nothing. Austin Crutcher's solo home run has given the Utica Unicorns a 1-0 lead, breaking the scoreless tie. And the Beavers come to bat here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. I'm surprised that the homer came off the bat of Crutcher, who had such a spectacular season. Was co-MVPs by this guy, with this guy. Wilson finished the regular season with 2 more homers than Crutcher, finished with 17, and led the league in slugging percentage and on-base percentage. 3, 4, and 5 for the Beavers here in the 4th against Donnie Murray, who winds and fires. And Wilson, this is on a breaking ball, 0-1.
Good opportunity here for the Beavers to tie this one up, given Wilson and Williams both scheduled to bat, the 2 home run leaders for Birmingham Bloomfield.
Opposite field, line drive, well struck. Cruz goes back. It's over his head. One hops the wall. Wilson hustling for second. The throw gets him. Wilson does a lot well, but running isn't one of those strengths. He crushed that ball on a line to right field, and Cruz went back, couldn't make the catch, but recovered, even kind of slipped out there, but recovered and fired a strike to Yetsko. And Wilson is retired, trying to stretch it to a double.
Yeah, that was a heck of a throw. Heck of an athletic play from Cruz.
Miles Williams looks at strike 1.
That ball got to Page, who was covering the bag, when Wilson was probably 35 feet from second base.
Swing and a miss.
If that gives you an idea of just how good Cruz's toss was back to the infield.
Now the 0-2. Bounces in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Williams. What nothing Utica, bottom half of the 4th inning. Donnie Murray's 1-2 offering. Williams flies this one down the right field line. Long run in for Cruz. Has room, calls for it, makes the catch. 2 down in the 4th.
Now batting the left fielder, number 24, Kevin Worth.
And here comes Kevin Worth, who struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss by Worth, and the count's 0-1.
And Worth has had trouble all day, even making contact with Murray's offerings. That's now 3 swings and misses from the left fielder.
0-1. Low, 1-1. There's a fastball at the knees for strike 2, 1-2 to Worth. Worth, the former mastodon of IPFW. Waits on a 1-2 offering. Taking fastball on the outside corner.
That's it for the Beavers in the 4th inning.
6 strikeouts for Donnie Murray. Leadoff single for Nick Wilson, but he is erased at second base. And Murray faces the minimum through 4 innings. 1-0 Utica.
for the Unicorns, the center fielder number 11, Brandon Raw.
Some more fun with these superstars in between innings. We got a appearance from Squidney Crosby, who ate one of the Utica Unicorns. It was Michael Doloff, who will not be able to pitch for the Unicorns because he was just eaten by a mascot. It's Brandon Raw leading off the 5th inning. And the championship game takes a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Wynn still out there working quickly. Breaking ball away, 1-1. I think he's out there, but we've seen some bullpen action, and I think the leash has shortened for sure. Hard hit ground ball to shortstop. DJ Martinez fires across, 1 away. Raw is 0 for 3, and here's Chris Cruz. The bottom 4 in the Utica lineup is 6 for 8. The lone run of the game, though, coming on the solo home run by Austin Crutcher.
Yeah, it's funny. The top half of the order outside of Crutcher's home run has not been able to pick up the bottom half of the order.
Swing and a miss by Cruz. The top has had a lot of RBI opportunities. And if the top had been able to pick him up, this could be a much different game as Cruz hits that ball high and deep to right field. Miles Williams, track wall leaping, it's gone. Chris Cruz makes it 2-0 Unicorns on his 10th long ball of the season.
We have seen 2 home runs here, 2 solo shots from Cruz and Crutcher that are absolute bombs to their respective pull fields.
2 solo home runs for the Unicorns makes it 2-0. And that's 8 hits allowed now by Wynn. And Austin Crutcher stands in 1 for 2 today. Grounds this one up the middle for a base hit.
And I hate to question Chris Newell on his decision to keep Wynn in there for another frame, but it has not paid off. Even Raw's ground ball to Martinez was struck pretty hard as well. So
Newell's going to come out there and buy some time. Nelson gets up to throw again in the Beavers bullpen. Crutcher is at first with 1 out. And you're starting to get towards the part of the order that has had good success today against Randy Wynn. Newell will be whisked off the field by Jim Mulhanick, the home plate umpire. Dan Kennon's going to come out for a quick word with Wynn as well. Tyler McVicker is 0 for 2. Utica finished the season
Now batting first baseman number 10, Tyler McVicker.
21-27. Their win yesterday gave them their 22nd of the year. But they've got a chance to win the championship here today, despite finishing 3rd in the league as McVicker fouls this one off. They've got a 2-0 lead, but still plenty of time to play, top half of the 5th inning.
What's a different team that started the season for the Unicorns? The lineup completely revamped outside of Cruz and Crutcher.
I think it was Thursday. James and I went over the starting lineup for that opening day, and it's completely different. Pitch out, runner not going, and it was almost a wild pitch out. Counts 1-1 to McVicker. Utica team started Blake Harrell, Brad Bam Bam Young, Chris Irvin, Carlos Gonzalez, Brian McKenna, Zach Blonder, all no longer with the team. And a pickoff, they get him. Crutcher was leaning, And a good move over to first by Randy Wynn. Picks off Austin Crutcher. Second out. Jay Karp was the starting cleanup man for Utica. So you look at it, outside of Cruz, who started in the 3 spot, and Crutcher, who started in the 6 spot, is a called strike. Those are really the only 2 guys from Utica's opening day starting lineup that still are with the team or have significant playing time. That one is fouled off.
And even the pitching rotation has been reconstructed. Donnie Murray, Seth Brenner, 2 new arms, at least in the rotation. They started the year both in the bullpen.
They started Izell in that opening day, along with Pacoda, who was signed into pro ball. Here's a swing and a miss by McVicker, and that's 5 strikeouts for Randy Wynn. Another solo home run for the Unicorns, this time by Chris Cruz, gives Utica a 2-0 lead through 4.5.
Happy birthday, Sophie Cavalier. And now for our VIP guests, General Dynamics and Land Systems, welcome. Henry Ford McComber here. ABC Supply Company.
DJG leads off the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Beavers, who won the regular season in the United Shore Professional Baseball League, find themselves down 2-0.
The McComb Group is here. Belmore, Convery Flash families. Thank you all for coming. And now batting for the Beavers, the second baseman, number 19, DJG.
G singled back up the box in the 2nd inning. Beavers with just 3 hits so far. First pitch low and in, 1 ball, no strikes. G, Phyllis, and Martinez scheduled 3 against Mr. No-Hit, Donnie Murray. 1-0 rip fair down the third base line. Towards the corner, G on his way to second base. He'll get there easily. Crutcher up with it and holds DJG to a leadoff double. And a good start for the Beavers. That's the Beavers' 4th hit of the game, and 2 of them belong to G.
Eric Phillips.
Now Eric Phillips will try to either get him over or get him in.
Either way, it needs to be a productive at-bat for Phyllis. Not looking for the result that he recorded last time. He struck out swinging, either a ground ball to the right side or a fly ball, but it needs to be a productive out because you think about it, bottom of the 5th inning, Murray's throwing really well. You're running out of outs.
Here's the first pitch to Eric Phillips. And he fouls that one back. It's 0-1. G at second, nobody out. Phyllis shows bunt and bunts at it, foul. It's 0-2. Looked like it was coming in on him and might have been a ball.
Now it takes bunting basically out of the question. With an 0-2 count.
Here's the pitch home, outside and low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two nothing Utica. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Donnie Murray sets. Delivers outside, 2-2. G again leads off of second base. Here comes the 2-2 to Phyllis. Popped it up, foul territory. Count still 2-2 to Phyllis, the DH. And the pitch home, offered at it, upstairs he went. And that's the first out.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, DJ Martinez.
7 strikeouts for Donnie Murray.
Phyllis looking for something soft down and in, instead gets the high cheese and was caught off guard. 2 of those strikeouts by Phyllis.
Now it's DJ Martinez who grounded a short. 0 for 1 today. And he takes a breaking ball a little bit low. One and 0 the count to Martinez, who waits, swings, grounds it to the left side. Backhanded deep by Yetsko, plants and throws, 2 away. Both at bats for DJ Martinez have resulted in similar results. Backhanded putouts by Yetsko.
The thing I really like about Yetsko defensively is because he always sets and throws a strike to the first baseman, doesn't rush the throw or try to throw off balance, which can cause or can lead to errors, but always squares himself up and makes a strong throw to the target.
Now it's Ray Ortega. G reached on a leadoff double. He was out there with no outs. He's still out there with 2 outs. And Ortega takes a strike on the outside edge. Now the 0-1, fouled it back. No balls, 2 strikes to Ortega. Now to set the 0-2. Low, blocked by Hamner. Good play behind the plate.
Yeah, there's that defensive knack that Hamner has you were talking about earlier. Good lateral movement, even for a big guy. because if he doesn't stop that, G is easily into third safely and possibly scores a run because of the crazy hops we see at Jimmy John's Field.
1-2 to Ortega. The set and the pitch home. Just missed. Hamner gave it a good frame. It's 2-2. My guess is it missed low.
I would agree with you. It definitely caught enough plate.
Now the 2-2 to Ortega. Ground ball left side. Another chance for Yetzko, and he makes it across the diamonds. Leadoff double, but G left stranded at second. No runs, one hit, one man left on base. We go to the sixth. Still 2-0 Utica.
Two more very special entertainers from the Superstars.
More entertainment from hashtag Superstars. Between innings, we got our first look at the captain, number 2, Derek Cheetah, which is actually a lot like the late Bob Shepard used to pronounce his name, because he's number 2, Derek Cheetah.
Number 2.
Jeter is very close to Cheetah. And then Ichirochi Suzuki. And they were doing some dance routines in between innings, entertaining everyone. Kyle Hamner takes ball 1, now takes strike 1. He's 1 for 2 today.
Win still out there.
Working into the 6th inning. He's given up a lot of hits, 9. One's outside.
Just hit that 75 pitch mark.
2-1 to Hamner. 7 of those hits were irrelevant. There's a chopper hit foul by Hamner, 2-2. But he has given up 2 solo home runs that have been the difference in the game. Crutcher's solo shot in the 4th. Cruz's solo shot in the 5th. Count is 2-2 to Hamner. Plate umpire Jim Mulhannock gives Ray Ortega a little bit of an extra chance to recoup behind the plate. And now the 2-2 to Hamner, way outside. Full count with none out. Pitch from Wynn. Chopper left side. Kennan, gloves, throws across. One down.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 7, Mike Logsdon.
Here's Logsdon, who is 1 for 2 today.
This is a key part of the lineup, in my opinion, for Randy Wynn to get through, because Logsdon, Karp, and Page have combined for 5 hits, and only Logsdon has been retired by Wynn so far. He grounded into a double play back in the second.
And a base hit to left field by Mike Logsdon, who is 2 for 3 today. Solidly hit base hit to left.
Jay Karp.
7, 8, and 9 in the order right now. 6 for 7 against Wynn. Nelson gets back up, starts throwing in the bullpen for the Beavers as Jake Karp steps in. He came in hitting 104 with 8 for 77 on the year, and he's got 2 singles today. Takes low and away, 1 ball, no strikes.
I just think with keeping Wynn in the game this long to face a part of the lineup that has been so successful against him this game, you're playing with fire, and when the stakes are this high and the bullpen is fully functional,
So it's fouled back.
Definitely is a little risky.
One, good overhand breaking ball. We called ball 2, 2-1.
Wynn thought he caught the strike zone.
Might have been inside, might have been a touch high, but it looked pretty good. 2-1 offering to Karp is strike 2. We're in the 6th inning, 2-0. Utica on top in the USPBL championship. Overhand breaking ball down the middle but high, and it's full to Karp. Three and two, 1 out. Line drive, base hit into center field for Jake Karp, who's got a 3 for 3 going. First and second, 1 out. 9-hole hitter Matt Page heading to the plate. And Chris Newell heading to the mound. Does he have a hook in that left pocket? Or is he going to just talk to the starter, Randy Wynn? Win at 88 pitches now by my count.
At this time, we would like to welcome Miss Madeline Schott from St. Lawrence Catholic Church Intermediate Softball.
Karp comes into this one with 8 hits. He has 3 today.
90 years old and was voted the most valuable.
And they've been pretty solid hits. I mean, that was a laser into center field. The one to the right side of the infield made G work for it.
And Chris Newell is going to stick with his starter.
Say happy 100th birthday to Uncle Robert.
And as he heads back to the dugout, Bill had some parting shots for the home plate umpire, and I think that was in reference to maybe a couple of those breaking balls that he thought were strikes to Karp. Here's Page, 1 out, first and second. Page is 2 for 2. The Beavers looking for the double play ball. This one's popped up foul back behind the plate.
Double play ball would be huge. And you think about it, Wynn has allowed 11 hits, but only the 2 home runs have really counted. He's done a good job working in and out of trouble.
That one's low, blocked by Ortega, 1-1. Yeah, he's been somewhat of a magician in this game to only allow the 2 runs. on 11 hits. 1-1 from Wynn. Overhand breaking ball.
He's just not getting a call with that breaking ball. He's been all around the plate. He's missing, yes, but missing not by a lot.
It's now 2-1. The pitch home. There's a fastball, strike outside corner. 2-2 to Page. Hamner grounded to third to lead off the sixth for the first out, but Logsdon and Karp following with singles. And they're on with one out. Wynn fires. Breaking ball line, right center field. Over is Miles Williams. He makes the grab. Runners cannot advance. 2 outs here in the sixth.
Now batting the shortstop.
And the leadoff man, Ian Yetzko, steps up.
I thought that could have been trouble off the bat. Looked like it could have grabbed the gap. But Williams has pretty good range in right and able to make the catch. Now you have the top of the order up. Now, Yetzko would face Wynn for a fourth time, but I don't think Chris Newell, the manager, is going to allow that to happen.
He's coming to the mound, which means he's got to make the change. And the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers will go to the bullpen. So Wynn stays on to retire the 9-hole hitter Matt Page, but is going to depart before Yetzko's at bat, although he's had good success against Yetzko today. He is 0 for 3 against Wynn, but he will be facing a new right-hander. Pitching change for the Beavers. We'll be back after this.
The new pitcher is the righty from Lexington, Kentucky, Andrew Nelson. 20th appearance, has started 4 times, 40 innings, just 10 earned runs, 51 strikeouts, but does walk a few, 27 walks, a 2.25 ERA. Opponent's only hitting 174 against him, and he will be inserted into the game in the top of the 6th inning. 2 on, 2 outs, and Ian Yetzko at the dish.
Yetzko for 2, reached on an error by the right fielder and has a couple of strikeouts. He fouls the first pitch back, 0-1. Randy Wynn scattered 11 hits over 5 2/3 innings. 2 of them were homers, counting for 2 runs allowed, both earned. No walks, 5 strikeouts, 93 pitches, 62 strikes. First and second, 2 outs, and the 0-1 is outside.
And I don't think Randy Wynn pitched particularly poorly by any stretch of the imagination. Just
sure.
The offense for his club not coming through so far.
1-1 from Nelson, fouled it back. It's now 1-2.
Nelson's fastball anywhere between 93 and 95, one of the flamethrowers at Chris Newell's disposal.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Yetzko. Logsdon at second, Karp at first. Not a lot of speed on the bases. The 1-2 pitch home. That one got a piece of Ortega, and he is down hard. Oh, man. Not sure where that got him.
In the shoulder, I believe.
Or even kind of the side of the throat. Athletic trainer is going to come out and
side of the head, maybe? It's definitely the shoulder, neck, throat area.
well, and he's protected on the side of the head by the hockey catcher's mask, but not if it gets him somewhere neck, throat, or shoulder. And I think it probably is more neck as opposed to shoulder, just based on how he went down. But he's going to be okay.
And I think one of those, when you take a shot to the neck or that area, it's more of a stinger rather than a long-term injury. The shock of the whole matter is a big part of it too. Looks like Ortega will be okay.
Nelson has made some horrendous throws.
I was going to say, Nelson and Ortega are just trying to play catch, and Nelson has overthrown him twice.
Wonder if maybe he would have been better served throwing with one of his position players. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Hope that doesn't, for Nelson's sake, get in his head that he was kind of all over the place. So here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Doesn't phase Nelson, who comes right back with a strike on Ian Yetzko. Unicorns do not score despite a couple of hits. And we move on to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Still 2-0 Unicorns.
Okay, fans, it's time for the DTE. Now batting for the Birmingham Bluefield.
Brad Golder, Kevin Klein back with you at beautiful Jimmy John's Field for the final time this year. The USPBL championship game. And the visiting Utica Unicorns finished the regular season in 3rd place, maintaining a 2-0 lead on the top-seeded Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. Donnie Murray remains on the mound. There is some bullpen action going for the Unicorns. Seth Brenner begins to throw. Here's a bouncing ball on the first pitch. Pepe grounds to first. McVicker has it. 1 down.
Now batting the third baseman, number 10, Dan Kennan.
Well, if he keeps throwing like this, I don't think the bullpen will be needed, and his pitch count in pretty good shape. 63 pitches for 5 1/3 innings so far for Donnie Murray.
He gets Pepe on the first pitch. Now faces Dan Kinnon, 0 for 2 today. And a first pitch strike right down the middle with a fastball. Dan Kinnon out of Deming, New Mexico. Waits on the 0-1 and can't lay off a breaking ball in the dirt.
We've seen a few of those kind of swings from the Beavers so far. Eric Phillips struck out on a excuse me swing, and Kennan couldn't hold up there.
Now the 0-2 to Kennan. Lays off a slider just off the plate away. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dan Kennan. And the pitch home, swing, and got a piece of it, fouled it back. 1-2 the count. Now the 1-2 to Kennan. Just off the outside edge. It's now 2-2. Donnie Murray winds and fires. Lined right field. Cruz in. Goes back, makes the catch, 2 away.
Just not a lot of solid contact off of Donnie Murray today. It's been a lot of looping fly balls, and outside of G's double and Wilson's single, it's been just a lot of strikeouts, a lot of weakly hit ground balls as well. Donnie Murray is just carving up this Beavers lineup so far.
And now Nick Wilson bats with 2 outs and the bases empty. Nick Wilson has not yet batted in this game with a runner on base. Grounds this one to the left side, off the glove of Karp. Backed up by Yetzko, throws to first, but has no play. And Nick Wilson reaches on an E5.
Now batting the right fielder, number 18.
2 away, and Miles Williams steps in, and just like that, a dangerous hitter represents the tying run. Seth Brenner, the southpaw, continues to warm it up down the right field line. Miles Williams rips that ball to left field. Crutcher on, dives, can't get it. Rolls past him. Nick Wilson chugging around second, on his way to third, holds up there. Miles Williams cruises into second base with a double. Crutcher, a great diving effort out in left field, couldn't get there. And the Beavers have 2 on with 2 outs.
And I think that base hit that Wilson had in the 4th inning when he was cut down trying to stretch it into a double really put some fire in Wilson's feet, because he was powering around second base. There was no doubt that he was going to get into third safely and allow Williams to record a double.
5 hits in the game for the Beavers. Greg Grawl heading out to the mound. Normally he makes changes. And Shane McCaddy makes strategic calls to the mound. And Greg Grawl indicates he wants the reliever. And he is going to go with the lefty, Seth Brenner, I believe.
That was a short leash. Murray's been dominant all game long, and then an air and pretty well hit double. But that'll do it for Donnie Murray.
Seth Brenner in out of the Unicorns bullpen with 2 on and 2 outs. Unicorns leading 2-0. And we'll be back after this.
Who is 90 years old.
Seth Brenner, the Marietta, Georgia native, will take the hill in relief of Donnie Murray. 21st appearance for Brenner. He started 8 times, 54 innings, and only 20 earned runs, 40 strikeouts to 22 walks, a 3.31 ERA. Primarily for the second half of the season, was in that starting role. But at the beginning of the year, he was very dominant out of the bullpen, and that's what Greg Grawl will ask of him in this situation with 2 on and 2 out with the tying run at second base.
And that's Miles Williams. Wilson is the runner at third. Kevin Wirth stands in. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Brenner from the line delivers to Wirth. Up and in with a fastball. Donnie Murray throws 77 pitches, 51 strikes, 5 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball. The runners on base are his responsibility. The 1-0 line by Wirth, foul to the right. 5 hits allowed by Murray. No walks. Neither starter walked a batter. And Murray struck out 7. Miles Williams able to get a gigantic lead off of second base. This pitch is fouled back. And it's now 1-2 to Kevin Wirth. There's no doubt Williams can score on a base hit to the outfield. Yetzko and Page are holding their position, and they're playing way away from second base. And Miles is able to extend a huge lead off the bag. The 1-2 home. Wirth is able to fight it off foul. A ball tailing in on his hands. Brenner shakes off, winds the 1-2. Outside with a breaking ball, 2-2.
So something soft outside after a firm fastball inside. I would imagine a high fastball or Brenner will go back in on Wirth.
Hamner sets up in. There's a fastball in and it's grounded to short. Yetzko makes the play, fires across in time, and Utica works out of a jam. Seth Brenner gets the job done out of the bullpen. We played 6 complete from Jimmy John's Field. Still, the Unicorns 2, the Beavers nothing.
Everyone's welcome to join us on the Triple.
Beavers with a scoring chance, but cannot put anything on the scoreboard. 2-0 Utica as we play in the top half of the 7th inning.
I think we got the extended version of the YMCA going.
And I'm not sure what we're waiting on. As soon as Brandon Ross steps up, I think we're going to play.
That was the best all year. Now batting the center fielder, number 11, Brandon Ross.
Brandon Ross steps to the plate. I feel like if he had just stepped up to the plate, then they would have turned down the music and started it up, but everybody was just kind of standing around on the field, and here's Raw. Maybe he wanted his walk-up. Grounded up the middle, and Nelson able to snag it. Flips over to first, one down. One pitch, one out here in the 7th, and here's Chris Cruz, who homered his last time up for the Unicorns' second run of the ball game. 2-0, top of the 7th inning. Beavers have a high-powered offense, and they'll get 3 more cracks at it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That means Wilson, Williams, and that top of the lineup is guaranteed at least one more AB.
The Unicorns have had a really good bullpen, especially lately. This one is outside 1-1. We'll probably see Potter and Aker again. They pitched yesterday. The 1-1 delivery is low to Cruz, 2-1. A beach ball has been inflated, and
there's a lot of them. I'm counting 5 beach balls in the grandstands right now.
there's a swing and a miss, 2-2. It's like Dodger Stadium, or Dodger Stadium always has the beach balls, and TD Ameritrade, where they have now the College World Series, and before that, Rosenblatt in Omaha. They've been known for the beach balls. Cruz swings and misses. 2 away in the 7th.
Now batting the left fielder, number 3.
Nelson has retired all 3 he has faced with a couple of strikeouts, and now it's Austin Crutcher, who drove in the Unicorns' first run of the ball game with a 4th inning solo home run. And a big swing and a miss by Crutcher. The fans' reactions to the beach balls range from annoyance to exuberance. 0-1 is low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Kids are loving it, though. And
There's some apathy in there as well, I would say. That's kind of the middle ground. The 1-1. Another big swing by Crutcher. He fouls it back, 1-2.
I think something everyone's enjoying, though, are the superstars. I'm sure loving their performances.
You know, I've seen some minor league baseball in my time, and I've seen the superstars, I would say, 20 times. And every time, they're great. Crutcher cannot lay off, and he tags out, tags out Crutcher. And another strikeout for Andrew Nelson. We stretch here at Jimmy John's Field. And at the 7th inning stretch, it's the Utica Unicorns still leading 2-0.
or Harry Canary and the rest of the Superstars.
All stretched and ready to go here at the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Visit them online at Superstars.
Harry Canary of the Superstars singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Now batting for the Birmingham Bluefield Beavers, the second baseman, number 19, DJ G.
And he has just unleashed some silly string on the fans down below. DJ G leads off the bottom half of the 7th inning in this USPBL championship game. Fouls it back, 0-1. The Unicorns still leading 2-0. Pitch from Brenner just off the outer edge, 1-1. Brenner threw an inning yesterday and retired Worth to end the 6th inning today. G is 2 for 2. He fouls this one into the sweet level above. It's 1-2. G, Phyllis, and Martinez to bat here in the 7th. Looks like late bullpen action for Utica. Might be Potter. This one is fouled back off the netting by DJ G. Count stays 1-2. Brenner winds and fires. And G lifts this one in the air into right. Cruz can't find it. Yeah, he did. And he makes the catch, one away. Kind of went palms extended up in the air as if to say, I can't see it, but he had it all the way. One away for Eric Phyllis. Nope, it's going to be Fernelli Sanchez, pinch hitting. And the DH spot.
Now batting for Eric Phyllis, number 16, number 8, Fernelli Sanchez.
So Sanchez will pinch hit in the 7th spot in the order. That's the DH spot. And Sanchez rips this one off the netting foul.
Well, we thought we would see Sanchez maybe a pinch running role rather than the pinch hitting role, but Sanchez has a little pop in the bat, 2 home runs this year, and has the ability to find a gap. And with only 8 outs remaining for the Beavers, Chris Newell is going to pull the string.
He's behind in the count, 0-2 after a foul ball. Brenner shakes off. Sanchez requests timeout. Former player in affiliated ball with the Braves. Sanchez late on that one, fouls it off the rooftop above. Sanchez, born in the Dominican Republic, went to high school in New York City and rips that ball to left center field. 1 out single and an 0-2 pitch by Fernelli Sanchez. And a speedy runner is on base with 1 out for the Beavers, ahead of the shortstop DJ Martinez. Pitch to Martinez is fouled back. Next pitch, again a fly ball hit foul, and this will be out of play. It's 0-2. Brenner's done a great job since coming on and working ahead of hitters. Brenner sets. The lefty fires. Inside, nearly got a piece of DJ Martinez. Andrew Potter continues warming up in the Utica bullpen. The pitch home, runner goes, fly ball left field. It's deep, Crutcher back and makes the catch over his shoulder just before the warning track. Sanchez sprints back to first, and they're 2 gone.
off the bat, I thought Martinez lifted that one over Crutcher's head, but Austin is one of the speediest guys in the league and able to recover in time.
Ortega, the batter.
Looks like Grawl will make another change.
Greg Grawl heading out to the mound, and he has already signaled to the bullpen, and I believe this is Andrew Potter who will come on in relief of Seth Brenner. 2 outs, 7th inning, runner on at first, and the Utica Unicorns still leading 2-0. Pitching change made. We'll be back after this.
Andrew Potter is the 3rd Unicorns pitcher to take the mound today. He is from Lancaster, California, and has been lights out. In 17 innings, has only allowed 2 earned runs, only has walked 3, and has struck out more than 1 per inning with 19. He's 2-0, has saved 2 games for the Unicorns, and has a 1.05 ERA, and the whip is at 1.05 as well. So he's one of the really good dominant relievers that Greg Grawl has the opportunity of using. And with Fernelli Sanchez on first base and Ray Ortega, the number 9 man, due up, Potter will be tasked with keeping this a 2-0 ball game.
Brenner went an inning, no runs, 1 hit. 19 pitches, 15 for strikes. Pretty good ratio there. 4 balls his entire time on the mound. The runner at first belongs to Brenner, and Potter faces the 9-hole hitter Ortega, who's 0 for 2 today. Sanchez, the runner at first. And Potter fires to Ortega. Ripped right center field. It's down for a hit. Sanchez around second on his way to third. Cruz gets the ball back in. And the Beavers with him at first and third as Ortega drilled the first pitch into right center field.
Now batting the center fielder, number 17, Dave Pepe.
What advantage the Beavers have over the Unicorns is the top relievers for the Unicorns did pitch yesterday. So Potter worked a full inning. Brenner worked a full inning. Aker worked a full inning of relief. Beavers have plenty of rest amongst their pitchers. They're at the corners with 2 outs, and here's Dave Pepe.
Well, good job from Ortega. You know you're going to get a fastball with Potter coming fresh out of the bullpen, and he jumped right on it.
Pitch home is a little bit high and in on Pepe. 1 ball, no strikes. Pepe singled back in the third. He's 1 for 3. Tying run now on base at first for the Beavers. 2-0 Utica leads it. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Andrew Potter pauses and pitches, and there's a strike on the outer edge.
Now you mentioned Brenner, Potter, and Aker all pitched yesterday. Brenner and Potter only pitched 13 or threw 13 pitches apiece. Aker might be unavailable. He threw 28.
The 1-1 home. Fly ball, center field. Playable for Raw. He's under it. Looked like he lost it for a second. Makes the catch for out number 3. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 more runners left on base. The Beavers have stranded 5 in the last 3 innings of work. We'll go to the 8th inning, still 2-0 Unicorns.
Okay, fans, get ready.
Eighth inning here in the championship game from Jimmy John's Field as we wrap up the inaugural United Shore Professional Baseball League season. Andrew Nelson has been effective in relief. Retired all 4 he has faced and misses up and in on McVicker. Tyler McVicker 0 for 3 today. Unicorns have pounded out 11 hits en route to a 2-0 lead. Inside on McVicker, 2-0. Nelson has a tendency to be a little wild, and mechanically he's a little bit of a short arm guy. Doesn't really extend it back as far as you'll see a lot of pitchers. Pumps in a fastball there, and McVicker can't catch up to it.
However, because he short arms the ball, he hides it from the batters just for an extra beat. Makes it very difficult to pick up the ball out of the hand.
Ripped by McVicker, left center field. On the run, Pepe slides and can't make the catch. He dropped it, and McVicker singles to begin the 8th inning.
Now batting the catcher, number 15, Kyle Hamner.
12 hits now for the Unicorns, and a leadoff single by McVicker. And it'll bring up the catcher, Kyle Hamner, who's 1 for 3. And he wants to confirm the sign with Shane McCaddy. This is a possible bunt situation. They lead by 2, but would certainly love to push across more here in the 8th.
It's a tough call. The bottom 4, Hamner, Logsdon, Karp, and Page, have all been really good today. They have combined for 8 hits. But I do see the point in bunting with Hamner.
Tried to bunt, fouled it back. Hamner's 1 for 3 today. Nelson sets. Hamner again shows bunt. Kennan comes charging in, makes the play, and will go to first. So even though Kennan was sprinting in on the bunt, Hamner was able to deaden it enough to move McVicker up to second. And here's Mike Logsdon, who is 2 for 3 today. First pitch way outside. Nice play by Ortega to keep it from going to the backstop. Now the 1-0. One's fouled back. There's a 1-1, and that's fouled back. 1-2.
Looked like Nelson took something off of that one on the outer part of the plate.
Two 2-0 Utica leads it. We're in the top half of the 8th inning. And a swing and a miss. And Logsden fans. 4 Ks for Nelson.
Jay Carp.
And now 2 outs for Jay Carp, who was pressed into starting duties here in these playoffs and has gone 3 for 3 today in the 8th spot in the order and has given the Utica Unicorns a huge lift. And a base hit here would be huger. Could give them a 3-0 lead. That one's outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
I like that technical term, huger.
Yes.
Well, this is an important run. You think there's a huge difference between being up 2 and 3 runs because a base hit for the Beavers brings the tying run to the plate if it's a 2-run game, but the tying run doesn't come to the plate unless 2 Beavers reach, and the Unicorns have been pitching lights out today. So this is an important run on second base. That's McVicker.
This 2-0 pitch is a called strike to Jay Carp, and it's 2-1. Top half of the 8th inning on a championship Sunday. Pitch home from Nelson, foul tipped in the mid by Carp. It's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nelson waits and deals, and Carp fouls it back. Took a big swing. Ortega takes a little bit of extra time back behind the plate.
I was going to say, did Ortega get nicked up again?
Looks like it.
Fans in front of us are really enjoying this beach ball.
It is still 2-2 to Carp. Now it's 3-2. Three and two, 2 outs. Runner at second for the Unicorns. Andrew Nelson delivers home. Outside, Carp walks. That's the first walk issued in this game by either team.
And Carp's been on 4 times now. I mean, what a time to have his best game of the year.
Chris Newell makes the slow walk to the mound.
I think Kimber's going to come in.
No signal yet. And the longer this goes on, the more you'd believe, and it is the case, that Andrew Nelson will stay in this game. First and second with 2 outs. Matt Page, the batter, he is 2 for 3 today in the 9th spot in the order. McVicker, the runner at second. He singled, was sacrificed to second. Carpon at first. He walked. There are 2 outs in the inning. Page ready and rips it to center field. Pepe back a few, makes the grab. And that's out number 3. Unicorns do not score. 1 hit, 2 left. Played 7.5 innings from Jimmy John's Field. It's still Utica 2, Beavers nothing.
Okay, fans.
Beavers running out of time. Bottom half of the 8th inning. They're down 2-0. And Andrew Potter, who faced the final 2 batters of the 7th inning, will work to Dan Kinnan to begin the 8th inning. And Kevin, this is really the time to get it going for the Beavers. They've got 2, 3, and 4 due up. Kinnan can reach. Wilson has an opportunity to bat as the tying run. And these could be the last at-bats of the year for this part of the batting order. See if they can make them productive at-bats.
The problem is Potter is a really good pitcher.
Sure.
Throws hard, really good command, and strikes out a ton of batters. But it's going to be tough for the bottom third of the order to put any production together. So in my opinion, this is the inning to get the job done if you're the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers.
Ripped into center, but Raw tracks it down. And 1 gone in the 8th. And here comes Nick Wilson, regular season co-most valuable player. He is 1 for 3. His 1 hit was a ball ripped to right field for a single, but he was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Led the league in on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and batting average.
They need him right here, that's for sure. Because if Wilson reaches, then Williams is on deck with 8 home runs.
Ball strike to Wilson, 0-1.
And he becomes the tying run. Even Kevin Worth, who's in the hole right now, he has 6 dingers this year. So a lot of power in the lineup due up for the Beavers.
It's 0-1 to the slugging first baseman Wilson, who comes up empty. And it's 0-2.
And Wilson just kind of waved at that one. Not a real strong swing.
Potter sets and deals outside and low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 runs, 12 hits for the Unicorns. No runs, 7 hits for the Beavers. Each team with 1 error. Potter sets, deals a 1-2 in the dirt. Hamner smothers it. It's 2-2.
You see everything away and everything soft to Wilson. Even that 0-1 pitch was a slider on the outer third. Potter does not want to get into Nick Wilson's wheelhouse.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nick Wilson fans. First strikeout for Potter. 2 away in the 8th inning, and here's Miles Williams. Williams, a strikeout victim in the 2nd. Flew out to right in the 4th. Doubled in the 6th. First pitch, breaking ball. A little bit low, 1-0.
Williams very aggressive. I would love to see him be a little patient in this at-bat. The stakes are a little higher, and takes the breaking ball for a ball on the first pitch. So far, so good.
Swings and misses, it's 1-1. Potter, a tough customer, former Arizona Diamondbacks minor league performer. And the pitch, swing and a miss. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Miles Williams.
You got to tip your cap to Potter. He's hitting his spots, not missing, and locating that off-speed pitch perfectly to the heart of the Beavers' order.
Now the 1-2 pitch home, low. Hamner blocks it, but it got a piece of him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the stretch and the 2-2. Low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I like Williams working the count. Probably look for a fastball here with the full count. And if Potter, or if Williams can time it up right, Williams has the ability to do some damage.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Andrew Potter sets down the Beavers 1-2-3 in the 8th. Last inning in regulation coming up, 9th inning. It is still 2-0 Unicorns. Ninth inning, Utica leads it 2-0. Unicorns will bat here trying to add to it before trying to shut down the Beavers in the bottom half of the 9th inning. For reference, Beavers will have 5, 6, and 7 in the order due up. Worth, G, and Sanchez. Nelson deals and hits Yetzko.
Ouch.
88-mile-an-hour fastball. And that is not what the Beavers were looking for here in this inning. Raw bats, he's 0 for 4 today. Kimber gets back up and throwing in the Birmingham Bloomfield bullpen. Bunt shown. Raw gets it down hard up the third base line. Kennan fields it in foul ground.
That was close. That was really close. I thought Kennan might have made a mistake there and actually fielded it when it was still a fair ball.
He may have. It was bunted so hard. Yetzko runs well, but it was bunted so hard he might have had a play at second. He certainly could have gotten it out, but might have had the leading out if he had just taken it. Raw has not been asked to bunt many times this year. Kennan thinks he's still bunting. He's in at third. Raw does show bunt, takes a little bit high. 1-1.
Well, I like this idea to bunt here because if Raw is able to successfully put down the sacrifice, Cruz and Crutcher get a crack at driving in Yetzko.
The 1-1. Raw takes low and away. It's now 2-1. Here's a stretch. Raw shows bunt and pulls back for a strike. Now Kennan will play back at third. It's 2-2 to Brandon Raw. Now Nelson fires away. Ground ball towards second. G. Martinez. Wilson. 4-6-3 double play.
And that is a Beavers double play.
Just how you draw it up.
That's also another Trico.
And a really good toss from G to Martinez to allow him to deliver a strike to Wilson. Wilson's had some really nice stretches over at first base today. I've been impressed with him defensively. A couple scoops as well.
Well, he's got the legs to stretch it. Chris Newell jogs in from the dugout. And let's see what they decide to do here with Chris Cruz at the plate. Nelson has already thrown 3 innings of relief.
And then after that, the kids will be running the bases and throwing a lot of balls.
He's only had 37 pitches, and he's started 4 games previous, so he has the length. I think that was just Chris Newell going over some last-minute strategy on how to attack these 2 hitters in Cruz and Crutcher.
So Cruz stands in with 2 outs and the base is empty. 1 for 4, but the one hit was a big solo home run that put them up 2-0. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. You can't really pitch around him because then you've got to face Crutcher right behind him. The 1-0. Outside corner for strike 1. Two nothing Unicorns. Beavers put 3 on the right side of the infield. And Cruz cuts and misses. 1 and 2. That time a changeup from Nelson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The delivery, and that ball's flying in the air to right field. Williams fell down. Miles Williams didn't get his footing, fell down. Cruz takes off for second, and the throw there is tardy. I think it'll have to be a double for Miles Williams, who tried to plant his feet in right field and take off in and towards center. And it looked like a big divot, a big chunk of dirt came out from the ground as he tried to plant and come in. And he ended up slipping in right field.
Well, not a good game for Miles Williams. If you remember back in the first, he opened up the game with that E9 that allowed Yetsko to scamper into second base, and now slipping there. Just 2 tough plays and two tough opportunities for Williams.
Eric Kimber will jog in out of the bullpen as the Beavers make the pitching change. Eric Kimber will come on in relief. And we'll tell you about him when we come back. It's 2-0 Utica here in the 9th.
Eric Kimber is your new pitcher. He is making his 25th appearance. In 26 innings, has allowed 13 earned runs, so in 4.5 ERA. That ERA was sub-2 earlier in the year, has been scraped up a bit as of late, but still a power arm in the back end of the bullpen for the Beavers. And with Cruz on second and Crutcher up with 2 outs, Brad, you and I were talking about in the break that the logical move here is to issue the free pass to Crutcher.
I don't think they're going to throw him a strike. That one is up and in, 1 ball, no strikes. But to me, I've never been a big fan of the unintentional intentional walk. So they threw 1 pitch, and now they're going to stand up and intentionally walk him. So they wanted to see if he would just be over exuberant and just swing at a pitch that was nowhere near. So now they are going to intentionally put him on. Kimber doesn't mess around on these intentional walk pitches. He fires them in. But this is the smart move to walk the co-MVP and take your chances with Tyler McVicker. No knock on McVicker, but he has not had nearly the production this year of Austin Crutcher. Cruz on at second, Crutcher on at first, and here's Tyler McVicker with Utica already leading 2-0 and looking to add to it here in the 9th.
We've seen McVicker have a couple clutch hits this year. 3-run home run to take the lead late against the Diamond Hoppers earlier in August. A couple 3-run homers for him across the season. So he delivers in crunch time from time to time.
Called strike to McVicker. It's 0-1. Kimber on in relief of Andrew Nelson. Up and in. 1-1. Nelson goes 3 relief innings, 2 hits allowed, no runs, although the 2 belong to the 1 runner at second belongs to Nelson. A walk, 4 strikeouts, a hit batsman, 42 pitches for Nelson. The 1-1. McVicker fouls it back. Behind the plate, 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to Tyler McVicker. Kimber sets, deals to the plate. Fastball a little bit low, 2-2. The right-hander comes set and fires away. Way outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the pitch, runners go, fouled third base side. And Shane McCaddy shows off his jump roping skills. He was a middle school double Dutch champion, according to legend. I don't know if it's true.
I believe it.
Well, it's on the internet now, so it's got to be true.
I'm sure his Wikipedia page is being updated as we speak.
That one's fouled back. Brian McVicker will do it again. Still 3-2 with 2 away. Kimber deals to the plate. High and away, ball 4. The bases are loaded. Cruz at third, Crutcher at second, McVicker at first. And the catcher, Kyle Hamner, who has singled up the middle, grounded to third twice, and laid down a sac bunt. 2-run deficit in the 9th inning for the Beavers. It's not ideal, but it's manageable. Any more, and Utica comes that much closer to sealing up a championship. They lead by 2, looking to add to it, top of the 9th. Kimber delivers, and Hamner was out in front of a fastball. Fouls it to the right, 0-1. Now the stretch, the 0-1. Overhand breaking ball, misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the set. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball. Didn't get the call. Missed away. 2-1. Kimber to the set, delivers, and it's grounded to the left side. Cannon dives, can't make the play. 1 run is in. Crutcher around third. He heads to the plate, and the Utica Unicorns add 2 huge insurance runs in the 9th. It's 4-0.
Wow, and I thought Kennan might have had a chance to glove that, but it was hit hard enough to skip by him. That was a huge hit.
2 RBI single by Kyle Hamner. I think Kennan mistimed the dive. Four nothing Unicorns. And now it's Michael Logsdon, who is 2 for 4 today. He had 2 hits yesterday. Kimber delivers high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch home, ripped down the left field line. That's fair. Towards the corner. It's at least 5-0. Hamner rounds third base. He's being held. He runs right through the stop sign. McKinnon throws to the plate, and Hamner is as out as you can possibly be. But the Unicorns still score a run. 3 total for the inning, and it's 5-0 Unicorns as we head to the bottom half of the 9th inning. 3 big runs for the Utica Unicorns. They take a 5-0 lead into the bottom half of the 9th inning. Bottom half of the 9th inning, the Utica lead has ballooned to 5. And the Beavers are going to need some magic to come back here. 3 more outs to work with. And Andrew Potter will continue on the mound. He'll face Worth, G, and Sanchez in the 9th inning. No changes defensively for the Unicorns, but the outfield will play deep in no doubles defense. Potter stretches and pitches. And a first pitch low to Kevin Worth. 1 ball, no strikes.
Greg Rawls going to leave Potter out there to try to finish this one out.
Aker is throwing in the bullpen just in case. The 1-0. Strike called. It is a save situation for Potter. If Aker came on now, it would not be a save situation. Here comes the 1-1 to Worth outside. It's 2-1. Worth leading things off here in the bottom half of the 9th for the Beavers. Potter deals, and there's strike 2. Counts even. Potter shakes off a sign, fires away. Grounded up the middle. There's a start for the Beavers. Base hit for Kevin Worth. They need 3 more to bring the tying run to the plate.
Now batting the second baseman, number 19, DJG.
There's DJG, who's got a couple hits today, 2 for 3. Potter stretches and pitches. Strike called to DJG. If Utica wins this ball game and this score stands, Donnie Murray will pick up the win, and it will be just his second win of the year, despite the fact he's pitched great all year. And his 2 wins would be a no-hit win and a championship clinching win. 0-1 to DJG, fisted to center. 2 hits to begin the inning for the Beavers. They haven't smoked them, but Worth and G single, and 2 on with nobody out. G has a 3-hit game working, and Greg Grawl heads to the mound, and he is going to bring on his closer, Aker, to try to finish this one out. So he wastes no time, goes to the bullpen. Mitch Aker comes on in relief, and we'll be back after this.
Mitch Aker will try to close this one out for the Unicorns as he is inserted into the game with 2 on, nobody out. Aker on the year. This is appearance number 19. Did start a game back last month, 23 1/3 innings, 7 earned runs, 33 strikeouts. So strikes out a ton of opponents. Only has walked 6, 3-1 on the year, and a 2.70 ERA. He'll be facing Sanchez and then Martinez and possibly Ray Ortega, who awaits in the hole.
Andrew Potter goes an inning and a third. 3 hits, including 2 in this inning. No runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. 23 pitches, 14 4 strikes. Mitch Aker is on in relief, and he'll face Fernelli Sanchez, who singled as a pinch hitter back in the 7th inning. It's a 5-0 lead for Utica. This is not a safe situation for Aker. He deals to the plate, and a breaking ball slider called strike 1. Now the stretch in the 0-1. Could not hold off. Sanchez went around. It's 0-2. Worth and G both on with singles. Beavers looking for more base runners. Aker fires low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sanchez. Now the 1-2 home. Again in the dirt. Again, Hamner blocks. 2-2.
Aker trying to get Sanchez to go fishing on that low breaking ball, but able to hold up both times. Sanchez has been able to.
Aker, the fourth pitcher used by Greg Grawl. Slider called, strike 3. Started over the left shoulder of Sanchez, and it broke down and over the plate. And there's the first out in the 9th inning. 2 more before Utica clinches the championship. DJ Martinez is 0 for 3. And now the pitch, fastball at the knees, strike 1. Worth at second, DJG on at first. The 0-1, ripped to third. That's Karp. He goes to Page. That's 1 on to first in time. The Utica Unicorns are the champions of the United Shore Professional Baseball League. And in a way, it's from worst to first. They finish in third in the USPBL during the regular season, but come away with a victory here in the championship, winning the first round of the playoffs, and then securing a championship win. Well, it all started on Memorial Day, right here at a site in Utica, Michigan, that once was a trash dump. It's a dump no more. And the vision of Andy Appleby, the investors in the United Shore Professional Baseball League, and all of the great people that made this happen, to build the ballpark, form a league, and make the first season of USPBL baseball possible. What a year it has been. We thank you for being a part of it with us on our broadcasts on YouTube all season long. We thank you for coming out to Jimmy John's Field throughout the season. And congratulations to the first champions of the USPBL, the Utica Unicorns, led by manager Greg Grawl, and they win it here today. Donnie Murray gets the win, proves to 2-5. 2 huge solo home runs from Austin Crutcher and Chris Cruz, and then 3 runs for good measure in the 9th inning. And as Queen sings it over the loudspeaker, the Utica Unicorns, you are the champions of the United Shore Professional Baseball League. Kevin Klein, it's been fun, and it's
great.
been and what an exciting thing to be a part of, something brand new and exciting here in Utica, Michigan.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure being part of it, and to be able to watch the league as a whole flourish, but a lot of these guys flourish as players and potentially have further baseball opportunities down the road. It's been absolutely fantastic. So much fun to watch these guys day in and day out. And look, Greg Grawl just got the Gatorade bath.
Ice cold shower for Greg Grawl. Let's send it down to the field. Our championship presentation. Andy Appleby, the president, CEO, and commissioner of the league.
Thank you, John. First off, I'd like to just thank the fans for your wonderful support over this entire season. What an incredible run it was, and people are asking me now what I'm going to do tomorrow, and I must tell you, even after 75 games, I'm going to really miss it, and I'm going to miss you fans, but we'll be back again on May 11th. First off, I'd like to just thank the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers for an incredible season. They were our pennant winners. Please give them a round of applause. And also the Eastside Diamond Hoppers who fought valiantly last night and came within just an out of being in this game. So thank you, and thank you for all you Diamond Hopper fans. And without further ado, I'd like to present our first USPBL championship trophy to Mr. Greg Grau of the Utica Unicorns. Let's go, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate the 2016 USPBL champion, Utica Unicorns!
Have a safe drive home.
Hey kids, if you're interested in running the bases, now's the time to line up by the first base party patio. Bullpen and the Crew 59 will help make it happen.